Hello, Afflewax. Before I start today's build, some very sad news is that yesterday, about 2 hours after I'd finished the build on Haunted House, dearly, dearly and much loved Poppy passed away. I'm glad you all got to see her. She made a short appearance in the last Welcome to Apocalypseburg build, and I think in her honour we'll add the ghost dog. Right then. I'll be honest with you. I almost didn't do today, and then I just thought, no, get up and go and do some Lego, because at the very least it's going to take your mind off it. So thank you for joining me on what is a very difficult time at the moment. As you could probably tell, the Pearson was absolutely vast. So I suspect I will break this build up into time. I might do it like in half-hour incrementals. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Otherwise, we'll probably be looking at a 2-hour video or something, which as much as we all love being Afflewax, that's probably a little bit excessive, I should imagine. Like a bit like the diner build, if you recall, there were enormous knolls on that bag, and it was a bit long. So the VAR, Mr. Graham Triggs, he did suggest when I was doing the diner build that I break it down into bits and bobs, so I think that's what I will do today. But it's very nice to be with you, and it's very nice to not be thinking about the horrible events of yesterday. So I will tell you what happened. In the morning, Poppy had she got sort of herself a bit stuck on the stairs, and you'll remember a couple of weeks ago she fell down the stairs, and she was okay. She sort of seems, you know, she wasn't injured or anything. I think she was just an old dog. And she got a bit stuck on the stairs yesterday, and when she sort of got to the bottom bit of the steps, she yelped, and Poppy was the most incredibly stoic dog, and she never ever yelped. I know that's sort of extraordinary, but she never ever cried out or did anything like that. So it was quite unusual for her to do it, and there was just something about her that wasn't quite right, and she didn't really want her breakfast. And as anyone who has a beagle will know, that's literally like, okay, run to the vets. Don't just phone the vets. Run to the vets. And so I arranged to see the vet, genuinely thinking that I would just get some pain relief for her, and that would, you know, see her through. And we got to the vets, and Poppy just sort of disintegrated in front of our eyes. It was extraordinary to see, but she just was not right at all, and the vet and I both agreed that we had never seen her in such a distressed state, and she was clearly in a massive amount of pain. And that was when the vet suggested that the time had probably come, and I took her home first because poor Georgie hadn't seen her, and also at this point, we just thought, well, we'll get her through the night, and she can have one last night at home. But sadly, that wasn't to be, and we had to take her pretty much straight back to the vet to be put down. And it's awful. Those of you who have experienced this will know how deeply upsetting it is, especially, you know, when I've spent 18 years with that dog, 18 and a half years with her, and they're part of the family, and you love them. And someone said to me yesterday is that the greatest thing about dogs is that they give you thousands of days of happiness in exchange for one terrible day. And sadly, yesterday was that terrible day. but my goodness me, she was a brilliant dog. Absolutely brilliant dog. I'll tell you the story. I love telling this story of her. She, it was my 40th birthday, and Poppy used to, very much enjoy taking herself off and doing her own thing. This is what beagles do. They're absolute terrors. And she took herself off out the back door. I was actually staying in Perks's. Perks has a farm in Cornwall, and I was staying there for my 40th birthday with Perks and some other friends. And it was about 5 o'clock, and Poppy had just had her supper, and she decided, Poppy did, that she was just going to go off for a little walk round. And I thought, well, she's just going off for a little walk around the garden. There was a big garden, and she didn't come back. Hours went by, still not back. Where is she? Still not back. She didn't come back till 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, in the meantime, obviously, you can imagine the scenes, can you not? Absolute pandemonium was going on. Hang on a minute. I might have to tell this story and then do this, because obviously I've got this wrong somewhere. Absolute pandemonium. We'd been out all night looking for her with torches everywhere. I was absolutely convinced that was it. I was never seeing my dog again. It was all a disaster. And it was like a really massive storm. It was slashing down with rain, terrible wind. And I went to bed about 1 o'clock in the morning, cried myself to sleep, thinking that's it, my dog's gone. 3 o'clock in the morning, she turns up, howling downstairs in the kitchen. She's let herself in through the dog flap. I go down to see her. She's bone dry. And I think, where have you been? And the mystery was solved 3 days later. What she'd done was she had gone over to, she'd wandered over to the next farm, the neighbouring farm. She had helped herself to the contents of all their bins, and then, stuffed full and a little bit sleepy, she had let herself into the farmhouse, had gone up the stairs, and had found herself a bed. And she was found at about 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. She was found. Sorry, I've just dropped something on the floor. Of course, that needs a. And the farmer shooed her off back home, and that's where she'd been. Absolute terror, she was. Absolute terror. Then there was the other time when we went on holiday and she disappeared, and I could hear screaming coming from a house 2 doors down, and she had managed to get into their kitchen and was up on their work surface and was helping herself to the crab risotto that was cooking on their oven. This is the dog that she was. This is the dog that she was. She was an absolute legend. God bless you, Poppy. God bless you. Now, she was so old. She was 18 and a half. What a phenomenal innings. Let's have a round of applause for her. But God damn, I loved that dog. So pleased, genuinely pleased, that you all got to see her on the last day of the apocalypse build. darling dog. Anyway, right. Let's get on with the build. That's it now. I won't be maudling anymore. This is good to do some Lego building, get my mind off it, as I've been crying non-stop, obviously. And quite rightly too. Now then, what's going on there? It's one of these. I still can't get over the fact that we built all the furniture yesterday. It's such an odd thing to do, isn't it? Voila. No, that's that there. Okay. And now, like that. Hinge. Hinge on. That, okay. Now I suspect what we'll do when we sort of get a sense of what these things are is that we can jazz these things up a bit. Because to my eye, it's all looking a bit basic. It's a vintage build, that's what this is. Vintage build. Oh, by the way, you'll be pleased to know with the ooh, I came in and it was dark and it did glow in the dark. So that's confirmed. Oh, this is interesting. So it sort of looks like that's going to be the size of it. Okay. So it's not that big a build, doesn't look like. That's down there. No, not quite right. It's on that one. And there. Yep. Yep. You'll forgive me a subdued build today, I'm sure. Very grey. You know how I feel about grey. Again, with these vintagey ones, it's quite hard to see where you're up to. You've got to be on it. You really have. Probably best I'm concentrating. Just that way. Oops. I wonder what the rationale was for let's do all the exciting minifigures and furniture bits straight away. I'm baffled by it, really. Properly baffled. And I've got lots of tiling here. Right, so let's just like this. Where are we up to? 21 minutes, okay. Goes like that. Then what? Can't quite work out what this is. Well, I mean, that comes as no surprise, does it? Really? We're often in this position. Oh, I wonder if it's a fireplace. I think it's a fireplace. In which case, why didn't they make that flames there? That's, well, we'll see. We can change these things. I'm really up for being quite radical, but we might have to build it first and then be radical. Yes, fireplace, isn't it? I mean, I'd just have put some flames in there. 100%. 100% flames. Where does that go? Oh, I see. Oh, this is clever. Now, we haven't had one of these. It's, can you see that? It's a ship in a bottle. Ship in a bottle. And that is going now, let me get this right. Here. Or maybe not. Or maybe it. Now look, that perchance shouldn't. No, okay, well, something's gone wrong here. Or maybe not. That's supposed to go there, but I mean, it's absolutely cockeyed. Absolutely cockeyed. Let me just have a look back. Oh, that's right, so I must have this wrong. Just double checking. How is that wrong? That's right. That looks right to me. That's gone in there. Maybe I'm just being stupid. Unless it's going there. No, it can't go there. That absolutely will not sit down there like that, will it? I might have to start again. Let's take this off entirely. Now, let's look at the instructions. Like that. Like that. And that goes on the end of that. Yep. That is correct. And it goes over the whole of it, the full length, yes. This is very, very puzzling. Well, look, there's absolutely, I'm going to show you. We've got that bit right, look. That's that bit there. Oh, hang on. Absolute idiot. I've missed out these bits. Missed out these bits, haven't I? No, not those bits. Not those bits. But were you all screaming at the... Were you all screaming at it then? Hope you were. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're back. We're in business. We're back. All right. Now then. That's on there. Oh, we're going around here. then 2 of those. Another one of those. Single in the corner. And another one of those. Right. Then over here, that. And that. That it? Yeah, I think so. It's tremendously hard to tell. Okay, well I think that is it. Now where are we going? That. One gap? Yeah, one gap. And that. And that. Okay. Okay. Yep. Who thought that this was going to be such a mega concentration build? But my golly gosh, it is. Statue of Liberty green. That makes me happy. Then a 2. Then that. Then a 4. 4 behind it, is that right? Yes. That's obviously some sort of staircase, I think, there. Then a long green here. And a single. Just double check. Yep. 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 Then single. A 2. This is very satisfying, actually. I do enjoy a wall build. I mean, it might not be sort of as thrilling as some of the stuff that we... something's gone wrong. That'll be why. We're all one wrong. But certainly when you need a relax, and let's face it, I do today. a nice little build like this is very welcome. Okay. Another one of those, and then a 4. A 4? Yes. Okay, to there. Now then. That's like that. And then we've got it going in this way. Okay. I love these hinges. I think they're so clever. Long green. Wonder what's going on these corners. Probably bats. Oh no, where am I? Where am I? Right, I'm here now. Totally lost. That's okay. Well, all right. I think this is correct. I think Bevis did his version of this house. He'll tell us. In a dark red. Was it a blood red? I mean, it should have been. Right. Okay. Phone is about to die anyway, so we'll leave it there for bag 2, and we will pick it up later. And just a personal thank you from me for all of you who have been so kind and sent such lovely messages about dear old Pops. It means the world to me. And sorry I've been so subdued today, but thank you. See you tomorrow.